Hello students, this is Rupali Bangale, Assistant Professor IICMR MCA Department, Nigadi, Pune. Today we are going to discuss about exception handling. Whenever we are talking about exception, what comes into your mind? Exception is nothing but the abnormal condition that may arise within a code of sequence at a runtime. And we are very familiar with this try, catch. You can have multiple catch, you can have finally also. So this is the syntactical part. We will discuss this thing in detail during the code. But when we are talking about exception, basically this exception is being arrived or derived from your throwable. The exceptional condition which may arise within a user's program. But when we are talking about error, it's not at all a syntactical error. This defines some exceptions or some conditions which can be caught under normal circumstances by program, but it is not at all being handled priorly, like stack overflow. So those type of conditions will occur under your error class. Now we'll discuss more about your exception. When we are talking about exception class, these exceptions are divided into two basic type of exceptions. First one is the checked exception. What do you mean by checked exception? So these type of exceptions are being checked at compile time. But just now we have discussed that exceptions are the abnormal conditions which may arise at the runtime. Then what a contradictory statement that checked exceptions are the one which is being checked at compile time. Yes, of course. See, this type of exception will by default arise at runtime only, but these need to be checked at compile time. Now, for example, your IO exception, for example, your SQL exception, these exception might be thrown at runtime, but these exceptions need to be checked at compile time. How is it so? If you remember, we are using so many file handling functions, or we are using so many database connectivity functions, then they ask you to have a try catch block. So why? Because there are some functions which are going to throw certain exceptions. So if at all a function is throwing an exception, it needs to be checked at compile time. So that's how this type of exception comes under a checked kind of thing. So these need to be handled within try catch block. You know well in advance that this type of exception might be thrown. But when we are talking about unchecked kind of exception, these exceptions are really coming unexpectedly. For example, you are having simple calculator where you are having addition, subtraction, multiplication and division operation, basic operation, arithmetic operation. Whenever we are trying to divide a number by zero, that time we know that any number is being divided by zero, you will get an infinite answer. So that is not a proper answer. So your Java or your JVM throws an exception, divide by zero error. That kind of exception will be occurred runtime unexpectedly, because whenever user is putting the value as a zero, that time only you will be getting divide by zero. That kind of exceptions are called as your arithmetic exception. So there are so many exceptions which can be occurred at runtime, like your null pointer exception, your class cast exception. These type of exception may arise unexpectedly. So these exception can't be checked at compile time. That's why these check exceptions are fall in your unchecked type of exception category. So these were your exception type of category. But if we go with the normal flow, yes, of course your exception has a you can say the syntax where you are having try block, you are having catch block, you are having finally block. It is not at all required that every time you will have try and catch. You can have try and finally also, you can skip this catch block also. But basically try block will throw an exception. Now here your answer A will be 42 divided by 0. Now we know divide by 0 is not a proper input given to the system. So as soon as it will find that denominator is having 0 value, that time your exception is being thrown. Now see here, the exception is being caught at runtime while executing this arithmetic operation. That time your catch block will be executed and arithmetic exception will be caught inside this catch block, and that's why you'll get the output as cannot divide by 0. As soon as you get the exception caught in this catch block, the further statements are being skipped, but finally is the one which is being executed irrespective of your catch block is being executed or not. So anyhow, finally statement will be executed. If your exception is being caught, then catch block will execute, and after that catch block your finally block will execute. But if at all your catch block is not being called, rather your arithmetic exception is not being thrown, that time your catch block will be skipped, but finally block will be there. So finally is the block which will be called automatically at the time of closing this program. So basically whenever you want to have some closing operation before it is being closed permanently through JVM, that time you can have those closing connections inside this finally block, because anyhow if at all you are having some exception in your code, still your finally block will be executed. So this is how a normal exception handling with the use of try, catch, and finally with the help of your Java. Stay tuned for the further videos. Thank you.